Welcome to the museum for a spotlight video. Today I want to introduce you to an instantly recognizable plane, the aerobatic Pitts biplane. The aircraft fly today with three things in mind: high, fast, and long. But there are some people who want to do different things with airplanes. They want to go straight up, straight down, and go upside down. After the Second World War, the only aircraft that could do this were too big, too heavy, and too expensive. Enter a man named Curtis Pitts. He was a crop duster and a self-taught engineer. He took a correspondence course. He thought he could do something better. He designed the first single-seat biplane specifically for aerobatics. He called it the Special. It had a 55 horsepower engine, but it was light, and it did magical things. The second aircraft he built went to a wonderful woman named Betty Skelton. She was an interesting lady. Sold her first plane at age 12, became a commercial pilot at age 18. But in that era, there was no work for a female pilot in either commercial or military. So she undertook aerobatic flight demonstrations with his second plane called the Little Stinker. That became so impressive that the Pitts Special aircraft began to be the dominant aerobatic plane in the United States. And by 1972, the United States aerobatic team, for the first time, won the World Championship of Aerobatics, all flying Pittses. The early Pittses were in short supply. You had to build them yourself. In 1962, Curtis actually published the plans that you could purchase. And in 1972, he developed a new plane. He made it bigger, put in two cockpits. He called that the Big Stinker. And with that became certificated. You could buy it with the factory built. As the years evolved, many improvements were made, changes in the aerodynamics of the wings, adding bigger engines, making it longer, putting ailerons on all four wings. The Pitts evolved from S2A, S2B, S2C, and finally a single engine airplane called the Super Stinker. Now, Curtis Pitts had the concept of putting small skunks on the fuselage, and he would add these names to that. The most popular model was the S2B, and it still flies today as a magnificent trainer. And let's diverge for a minute. We've all seen bow and arrows. If you take an arrowhead on one side, feathers on the other, and balance it on your finger, you find the center of gravity. As it flows through the air, all the pressures acting on it form a center of pressure. And in an arrow, with the weight near the arrowhead and the feathers in back, the center of pressure is quite far away. The Pitts 2B model moves that closer and closer together till they're 1 inch apart. It doesn't mean the aircraft is unstable. It means that it does exactly what you want right now and will fly magnificently. And what about Curtis Pitts? When he left the world at age 89, he was designing another Pitts aircraft that would accept an engine over 400 horsepower called the Macho Stinker. Our model of the Pitts airplane was a home built by Harvey Short in 1975. It's an amalgam of several of the early planned designs with additions to make it a superb flying aircraft. Come and see this aircraft as well as the other wonderful exhibits in the museum. Talk to a docent, hear the stories. Thank you for your time.